In the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about how to eradicate poverty from the global village. This topic is revolving around the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. Basically, the world population has grown close to several billion. While this population is unproportionately growing on the global village, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Therefore, under the United Nations Millennium Development Goal, a committee has been formed that overlooks the policies, procedures, and other standards as to how to eradicate poverty from the global village. The United Nations Millennium Development Goal is composed of 8 main subjects, of which I am only going to talk about poverty and hunger. Poverty and hunger is faced by many countries in the world. However, there are fewer countries who are the worst affected. Some of those are in the continent of Africa, and the others are in Asia, across Europe and Americas. The United Nations Development Millennium Goals are supported by the UN permanent representatives and the countries that represent at the United Nations, whom we call the international community. And those philanthropist organizations who are like-minded and support the idea of eradicating poverty and hunger from the planet Earth. It is imperative to understand that eradicating poverty and hunger is not an easy task. However, the United Nations has taken this tall order upon itself to assure the world that they can eradicate poverty and hunger. It's a very big task. I'm not sure that they can achieve it. But as far as the international community's UN MDGs are concerned, they are supported by people like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett and his organizations, and all the other philanthropists across the globe who care, or so to say, to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. Today, when I am saying this, I am not only addressing my class, but I am also pursuing at my own level the way as to how this poverty and hunger can be removed from the communities of the world, and the rich and the poor can come closer together in the ranks by virtue of the rich sharing the bounties that they have been blessed with. I would definitely love to talk about it more at different occasions, but for now it suffices to say and conclude that the poor and the rich are far apart, and the economic and social divide is putting the world at risk. The biggest risk of fighting the wars against each other. And I shall conclude by saying finally that poverty and hunger is a curse for planet Earth. Thank you for bearing with me.